Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and I really want to say thank you all for being here today. It does mean a lot to me. If you are new to the show, do me a favor and select that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you don't miss any of my live shows, because I do live shows every single day. So long as nothing crazy is happening with family or anything like that, right? If you want to see more Papa Joe, I do a Patreon show in the afternoon at 4:30 Eastern time. That is got that low and all that fun stuff. Realistically, that's just where I have a platform that I get to talk about the stuff I want to talk about without being concerned that a stupid video or channel is going to be taken offline. So if you want to dig into the nuts and bolts of some of these projects, some of these things that we talk about on here, and then even really dig into things that would legitimately get videos banned, jump in there, join it. Those of you who are part of it, you know. And I'm building community with that, and I have I have a Telegram channel, people talking there, all that kind of fun stuff as well. That's just for that kind of for that environment, for that Patreon group. So other stuff there that does really help the channel out. If you want to help the channel out even more, check out Crypto Confidential. It is scrolling on the bottom of the screen right here. And it is linked in the description of the video. Those of you who are part of that, you know that that's really good educational information. Lots of stuff going on in that group. There's a live event I think they're trying to plan and all that fun stuff, trying to get together and actually really build community, which in this space is hard to find. And that's kind of some of the stuff we're going to talk about here in a minute. This show is going to be, I don't want to necessarily say a shot across the bow, but it's one of those someone needs to say it. So I'm gonna, right? I think being as people keep saying I'm an OG in the crypto space. I don't know realistically how or to take that or what that means or anything like that, but at the end of the day, okay. So someone who's got the tenure, someone who's watched the space grow up and in some ways helped different things happen in this space. I'm going to say some stuff today that might ruffle some feathers, but I don't really care. Someone's got to say it because there's a lot of infighting going on in the actual crypto space, and it's really, really starting to make me angry. Mainly because it's you guys are on the same daggum team, and you're shooting each other in the foot, and you go behind each other's backs, things like that, right? Maxies are great; they make sense. There's things there, but everyone else is not. It's the way that they're treating everyone, right? And it's wrong. You might as well just be another bank if you're acting like that. This isn't how this community or how this space is supposed to work. Okay, so today's going to be an interesting show. We're going to dig into a bunch of different things. If you would like, I'm going to use the chat. There's a live chat running. Pop in and say hey. And then throw your questions, answers, or questions, concerns, whatever, comments in the chat, and we'll get to those at the end of the video. So stick around to the end, and I'll at least say hey to everybody and dig into what's going on as well. So I thoroughly do appreciate you all being here today. So let's jump right in, shall we? As I do every day, I like to check the charts before we dig into anything. And we had a massive slam down, and it's trying to recover, and we're still up and down in this range, right? So there's lots of things going on with the Bitcoin pricing, and it also correlates very much so, seemingly, with the Dow, with the Nasdaq, with the S&P 500. When it's down, Bitcoin's down. When it's up, Bitcoin's up. It's frustrating to see that there's a couple that is coupled to that. It's frustrating to see all that kind of stuff taking place because you've got the regular day traders and whatnot. They're coming in and they're trading the market just like they do the Dow, just like they do the other stuff. But eventually it will break. It will definitely break. So we got gold. Looks like it took a spike up and is being running. It looks like it's still maybe running a little bit. Silver Divi is doing its thing as it has been. Those of you who don't know who Divi is, you really need to look at it. We're going to look at Divi in a little bit. And we're going to take a look at the Divi, and you'll see why in a minute. Matic is down, which is fine. Matic is a good project. Matic is one you really need to pay attention to. There's great rewards for staking there and all that fun stuff. Maxies down as well. Again, that's another great project. Really, really good staking returns, all that fun stuff. So I wanted to bring up this intriguing little article here. And it has been on my heart, if you will, to kind of get into this in this space. Crypto is winning, and Bitcoin diehards are furious about it. I'm going to leave that title there. I'm going to bring some points here in just a minute. But before I do all that, let's come back over here. Crypto is winning, and Bitcoin is the diehards behind Bitcoin, the Maxies, as they are called or nicknamed, are very mad about that. Now, why would anybody be angry about innovation, about technological advancements, about real-world solutions being provided by the same technology that your Bitcoin rides on? For those of you who don't know who I am and what I am about with this stuff, I started mining Bitcoin in late 2011. Yes, I've been in this space for that long. Now, I ran off a bunch of cliffs, hit a bunch of potholes, figured stuff out with the technology. I lost so much Bitcoin because there weren't any seed words when I was doing this to be able to go and restore stuff. I'm that far back in this space. Okay? And I'm sitting here as, we'll call it, as everyone says, an OG. I'm looking at the way that you guys are treating each other, and especially the people who are the Bitcoin Maxis, and the way you're treating everybody else in this space. You are wrong. And you need to cut it out. You're acting like a child. Your Bitcoin doesn't work without blockchain technology. The other platforms and the other cryptos, as you call them, or as a lot of you call them, shit coins, they're solving real world problems with banking. Just because Bitcoin is money on a blockchain doesn't mean that it's the end all be all. It's a store of value. It's fantastic. It's amazing. It's perfect. I hold it. Okay? There are a lot of people who hold it. It's not a bad thing. It's good. Litecoin's great. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Litecoin's a great way to exchange things, buy things, do things. You're acting like children. If it's not Bitcoin, you're pissed. If it's not Bitcoin, you sit there and you get mad about it and you ignore people. I shook someone's hand. I'm going to leave that person nameless. I shook someone's hand who I know very, very much so is a Maxi. He was winding down a conversation with other people. I walked up and said, hey, I was going to talk to him for a minute. Shook his hand. He said, hey, shook my hand, turned around and ignored me because he knows that I'm not a Maxi. If I'm not a Maxi, or if you're not a Maxi and you're not on their team, this is baloney, guys. This is not how this works. This is exactly what the banking industry wants. They want this whole thing, this beautiful, wonderful thing that is freedom for humanity because of blockchain technology, not because of Bitcoin, because the underlying technology that's behind it. I have more than 20 years of experience in IT, and I can tell you right now that these people who are in this stuff, they're not technical. They don't know what this means. They don't know how it works. I had another person who wrote an article, and you know what? I'm very careful how I say this because I don't want you guys to find out who it is, because they didn't realize what they were doing. Wrote an article to something to the effect where blockchain's not needed anymore, blockchain doesn't work anymore, blockchain needs to go away. But Bitcoin works. And I'm like, dude, you know that Bitcoin doesn't work without blockchain, right? And he's like, well, no. I was like, Bitcoin is the first use case for blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is the underlying compute, the underlying database, the underlying technology behind your Bitcoin. It doesn't work without it. Bitcoin doesn't exist without blockchain technology. Now, if these other projects, look at Divi, look at Matic, look at Civilization. I've got these 3 up here right now. I'm going to pull a couple up here in a minute as well. They're solving problems using a decentralized and distributed system that gives the ability for actual people to have a solution to real world problems. Think about how screwed up our supply chain is right now. Implement blockchain technology and smart contracts, and you have the ability to come in there and automate a system that is so screwed up and so decent, so siloed, it's not funny. I've worked in retail. I've worked in the supply chain. I used to work for one of the largest nation's largest Supply chain companies. We were the global, not nations, we were global supply chain leaders. I can tell you right now, you implement blockchain technology and make that your underlying backbone and your solution for supply chain, that solves everything. You build automation, you have so much perfection in what you build. You think that Bitcoin is it. Bitcoin's the only crypto out there. No, it's not. The other platforms have a cryptocurrency. That is the access or the use the use case or the usability of the platform. It's technology. Get off your daggum high horse and stop with your crap with your stupid being a maxi. Realize you're losing. Bitcoin's fantastic and is going to be very, very valuable in the future because it has a way to store value, transfer value, even amongst nations. But if you're a true business person, like I met Kevin O'Leary, I shook his hand. I told him what he was doing and how he's talking about the technology is so important and he's using his platform. And Kevin, if you ever see this, I'd love to spend some time with you again. That'd be great. He is not wrong in what he's saying. He's talking about the technology. He's making sure that people understand that that is what's behind this. Bitcoin doesn't exist without the technology. So quit beating up on everyone else who's building out the stuff that your future is going to be riding on. Remember when email came out? People couldn't grasp the idea around how sending an email through the internet and it would just show up somewhere else. Sending a letter, as they would call it. No one understood how that worked. Quite frankly, you don't understand. These people who are a lot of the people who are just the Bitcoin Maxies, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You guys are not smart people when it comes to how this stuff works. If you want to know how this stuff works underneath, go learn the blockchain and what it does. No, don't just, it's a smart contract, it's a block and a block and a block and a block. It's transparent. Go learn it like I did. When I was mining, I wasn't mining it for Bitcoin. I wasn't mining it to amass this massive amount of Bitcoin. I wanted to learn what the technology did because when I figured out what it was, your world, as you know it, is going to fundamentally change because everything and anything you do will ride on a blockchain, just like anything and everything you do rides on the internet. Everyone, I've had people literally come to me and sit here and say, well, Bitcoin's centralized because of the internet. Everything rides on the internet because therefore it's not centralized. And I'm like, you don't get it. That's the plumbing between the systems. Yes, the internet is that, but guess what? With blockchain technology, did you know that we can actually create another internet? It's not Web3. That's not what you would call it. It kind of has some things to go with it, but that's not how it works. I could go stand up another DNS system that's blockchain only, and then it's simple at that point. People don't understand domain name service, right? So that's that's what DNS means. It's where your websites are listed somewhere and it's magically appearing and whatever. It's because it's registered with the DNS services that are out there. The governments of the world have set up their own DNS stuff. The governments of the world have set up their own DNS servers and they actually run. And they're actually very, 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 very antiquated in dinosaurs. They're highly secure systems that have very little downtime, if any at all. I need my listeners and my regulars, whatever, however, you guys need to understand this is the Maxies. If you're a Maxi in here, fine. There's nothing wrong with being a Maxi, but quit beating up on the companies that are going to serve your world when it comes to it. You don't have food on your shelf. You don't have food in the restaurants. You don't have gas in your car. You don't have a car without the internet because everything to get that to be where it was, it doesn't work without it. Well, guess what? Very, very soon, everything in your world will run on a blockchain. The underlying technology that will be behind the automated cool stuff that you want and all these little wonderful things that you really think are great and fantastic, guess what? It's going to be a blockchain. I know for a fact that the supply chains in the country, in the world, are already moving in the direction of using blockchain technology because they can set up AIML or AI or artificial intelligence and machine learning Combine that with a smart contract, and you have an unstoppable automated system that completely runs itself if appropriately set up and configured. Same thing with medical records, all this stuff. Same thing with buying and selling a home. You got NFTs. The art stuff makes sense. Those people need to make money. The artists need to be able to make money without being stolen or pulled offline or whatever. You need to understand everything that you do in your life. You Maxies out there, you need to understand everything you do with blockchain or with Bitcoin. I love it. Have fun with it, but you need to stop beating up on all these other projects because you're wrong. I went to Bitcoin 2022. I was there. I walked around. The whole sentiment, everyone was like, "You're not a Bitcoin Maxi, get out of here." It was like, screw you kind of thing. Well, guess what? Without the people building this blockchain stuff, your Bitcoin doesn't work. It ceases to exist. So you better quit beating up on these people because they're going to fundamentally change your world, and they're going to maybe, I don't know, say, "You're a Maxi? Bye-bye. Go away." This isn't how this works, people. All crypto matters because blockchain technology is what matters. Bitcoin just happens to be the first use case to use a blockchain. I have been berated and verbally assaulted, I guess you could say, in different forms, different things like that, for talking about other projects that aren't Bitcoin. Bitcoin's cool, but guys and gals, it's boring. It does one thing, and that's it. Stores value and transfers value. And okay, three things: stores value, transfers values, and then removes the needs for banks. Okay. You go and you look at something like what Matic's doing. Go look at what Matic's doing. Do you guys know what Matic is? If you haven't heard of Matic or Polygon, it is a layer 2 solution for the world's biggest blockchain platform where businesses are built inside of an ecosystem that is everywhere and yet nowhere. Bitcoin is not smart. It doesn't do anything except transfer value and store value. Okay, Polygon actually has a setup where they have distributed applications. You know the apps on your phone? Those apps sit in a database somewhere and they're downloadable and installable from a centralized location. That's changing. Your app will be able to run on any platform, anywhere. You'll be able to take your phone, use your phone, do what you're doing on your phone, go to your computer and pick up where you left off because it's the same application running on a blockchain. Crazy cool stuff, huh? They have literally all kinds of crazy stuff that they're building, okay? Polygon is literally they're taking the layer 1 and they're turning it and making it to where it can integrate with your everyday life systems that you use every day. You go build a supply chain on Polygon that is virtually unstoppable. You go build whatever you want on this stuff, right? They have a point of sale wallet. This is new. I haven't even seen this. Okay. They have, or is that proof of stake? I said proof of stake wallet, proof of stake bridge, proof of stake staking. Or it's, I don't know. I haven't seen this POS thing here before. I need to go look at that. Maybe it's just an acronym they're using. Point of sale is typically what POS is. Polygon POS is an EVM enabled sidechain. So there you go. EVMs is basically where you can build effectively a compute inside of a blockchain and run a business. When blockchain, I think it was when Ethereum first launched, I had someone that I worked with who went and built out a business that was 100% automated and they never worked another day in their life. People would go and buy things. The smart contract would then execute different business logic that he put in to place an order. That order would then get shipped to that person's house. That order would then get closed and filled out, and then he would get paid. Completely automated in a blockchain. That was one of the many things that he did. It was phenomenal. Look at Divi. Divi's platform, they're actually building an ecosystem where they can actually have secure transactions. You can actually build a residual income inside of their ecosystem. You can actually now, as I understand it, just some of the breadcrumbs that they've left on Telegram or Twitter and whatnot, they're actually putting out there the ability for people to exchange inside of the app that they've built. People don't adopt crypto because it's not exactly user friendly, and that's actually part of the problem with the Maxies. Bitcoin makes sense because it's been made somewhat easy, at least for them. Everything else hasn't been. Divi is making it easy. Divi's making staking easy. Divi's making transactions easy. Divi's making swapping easy. Divi's making master nodes easy. I remember I set up I think it was Dash. I think it was a Dash node. I set up a Dash node. It took me 2 months because I'm not a programmer. I don't like to program. To stand it up. You got to know how to program and or run scripts and different things. And if it ever, God forbid, the server went down, because then you're turning it back on. I eventually wrote a script to be able to run it back, turn it back on and everything, and then pull everything up. But like, Divi is solving that problem. They're making it so people can make money staking their coins at a return for processing transactions on the network. Divi is also making major foundational strides around the world. They're not just in the US. They have got major stuff going on. It's amazing. They're reinventing finance. Literally. That's part of their vision. They're making banking easy for everyone. Making it so that way you can get in and out of coins inside of their ecosystem. Go check out the Divi project. DiviProject.org. You know what else is another one? A Civilization. They're the world's first zero-fee DeFi trading system, auditable, patent pending, and technology DeFi for everyone. So basically, where was it? I want to see it. Here, where is it at? No. Hang on. That's in the product documentation, what they're doing effectively. How to buy, how to use it, whatnot. Where was it? Is this it? Hang on. Oh, it's the GitHub. Never mind. Or maybe this is where I found it. The process by which society or place reaches an advanced state. Okay, never mind. Go check them out. Effectively, it's a hedge fund on a blockchain. Effectively. That is stuff that the Bitcoin Maxies are forgetting. There are real solutions being built in the blockchain ecosystem that is not Bitcoin, that are far more interesting. This is the new stock market, people. This is the businesses of tomorrow and today. This is the businesses that your lives are going to literally depend on. Everything that is happening, and you're literally saying, nope, Bitcoin only, Bitcoin only, Bitcoin only. Okay, we're gonna go all be Bitcoin's gonna you may hold, say you hold 1,000 Bitcoin, 500 Bitcoin, 10,000 Bitcoin, whatever. The price of that will fluctuate. Great. But you can go and park. Oh, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's go look at Divi just as an example, okay? Let's say, what's Divi's price right now? Divi's price is, where is it? Divi's price, it's in here. Where is it? There it is. Divi's price is 6 cents, 6.5 cents. Let's just say for shits and giggles here, you go buy 1 million Divi. It's about $65,000, give or take. Okay. Just the quick math in my head. That's probably whatever. Anyways, so $65,000, million Divi, 20%. You get 13,000 plus whatever a year. Can you give me any other platform in the traditional systems that do that. Can you earn a return on your Bitcoin without risking it in some other system? You hold your own divvy and you make your own return. Bitcoin, you have to let someone else hold it and do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Custodial stuff makes sense. I've done joint ventures with custodial systems and platforms. Okay? They're not wrong. It's bad. It's great. Fantastic. You're missing out on returns and you're being complete assholes to these people who are building a system so that you and your families and your children can actually have freedom from the constructs of the very banking systems that you want to undermine and control with or get away from with Bitcoin. Being in this space as long as I have, I am sick and freaking tired of watching people I know in this system get berated, getting destroyed, verbally abused, whatever you want to call it, all because you're so daggum narrow-minded that you can't see that this is what's happening. This is the new version of tomorrow of technology and everything that we do. Bitcoin makes sense, but its use case is one. I can build a business and serve people and humanity and solve real world problems on a blockchain. Bitcoin rides on a blockchain. Without that, you don't have Bitcoin. Get off your high horse and shut up. Humble yourselves and realize that guess what? That all these other people who are doing these things actually have solutions, actually have the best interest of humanity at heart. They're not self-serving. They're not selfish people. Like a lot of the Maxies are. It's like I'm Bitcoin and Bitcoin only, and I'm going to be this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden, it's like this. Something switches in their brain, like the Smeagol effect. I'll call it the Smeagol effect, where you got the stupid ring. Oh my precious. He sit there and rubs the ring and rubs the ring. Oh my precious. That's it. That's all he freaking focuses on, and it destroys him. That's what's happening to these people who are Bitcoin Maxies. They're destroying themselves because they're only focused on their precious. I am sick and tired of hearing people being beat up, hearing about someone giving you a hard time when it comes to whether you hold other cryptocurrencies beside Bitcoin. It's your own daggum decision. Maxies are great. That's your decision. Hold only Bitcoin. Have fun. But the moment you start berating people and ignoring people and treating them like they're second-class citizen or second-class person, I will not sit by and tolerate that, because guess what? Without people like me who were smart enough to even get into Bitcoin and start learning and mining it whenever we did, and start really starting to shape what Bitcoin became or is now, without us, you don't have Bitcoin. So I'm done with this. Y'all stop. Shut up and sit down and realize that you're all in this together. And guess what? The banking system, the cartel behind that, wants nothing more than to create dissension within anything crypto. Because if they can divide us, they can conquer us. So shut up and sit down and realize that we're all in this together. All right. Sorry. A little passionate, a little heated. Let's run through the chat. Say hey to everybody. It's Friday, people. It's a good weekend coming up, I think, for most of us. Let's hope. Let's jump in and go through and say, hey, what's going on? Clint, how you doing? Westwood, what's up, brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Kim, how's it going? Good afternoon. Good morning. What's going on? Daddy-O, what's up? How's everybody in this frying freaky Friday? Yes, sir. It's been a great day. Daddy-O, what's going on, Daddy-O? How's it going? Appreciate you. As always, being here. Bitcoin Bull, what's up, brother? It's good to see you. I'll respond to your note later. Sorry, it's been a crazy, crazy day. T-shirt idea. I'm a proud shitcoiner. No, you know what? I want to say this real quick. We need to come up with another name for all of these other blockchains and platforms. Shitcoin is not an acceptable name. That's the name that the Maxies gave this because they're trying to belittle everybody. Do not accept that. I do not accept that. I will not accept it. I do not do. That's not okay. Bozak, if you ever listen to this, I want to talk to you about let's figure out another name for everything that's not Bitcoin. We need to make that stop. Anyways, let's see here. What's going on, Lithia? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you, Gloria. How's it going? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Bitcoin bull, tell it. Yeah, I'm legitimately fed up with this stuff. I am for sure. Let's see, what do we got here? Just going through the comments. Daddio, this is a very good point. Where would we even be today without advancements in technology? Maxies fail to even acknowledge that. Exactly. Oh, let's see here. What's going on? Thanks, Celeste Wood. Appreciate it, brother. What's going on, Busy Mountain? How are you? Appreciate you being here. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. Where's Tom? Oh, they're at the Float Fest. That makes sense. Yeah, that should be fun. No worries. No worries. Let's see here. Name one thing that is better in the first generation than years later in its innovation. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Busy Mountain. I say let the Max keep talking. It's their grave, and history will show how stupid they were. Very much so. Maxies. Max is a good one. You can call him Max. Right, Daddy. Busy Mountain. Right. Bitcoin is stupid. It doesn't work for money. It does for a transfer of value or a store of value over time. It doesn't provide anything else except that store value, that transfer value, and removes the needs for banking entirely, in my opinion. Let's just see here. Right, Busy Mountain, bring that up here. So it amazes me that at some point when the reality of Veritasium catches up to these chains, Reggie will be in a position to thumbs up certain chains and thumbs down others. People don't get it. They really don't. You've got a point. That's not what he's going to do, though. He might start throwing his weight around to get the appropriate I don't want to say attention, but get the appropriate, get the attention where it needs to be. Let's see here. Daddy, POS means something different when dealing with difficult people. Yes. Very much so. Let's see here. Part of the problem, Busy Mountain, part of the problem is the bankers are using Bitcoin as their flagship. That's pretty evident when you think about it. Yes, it kind of is. It kind of is. Let's see here. What do we got else here? Like I've been saying at the end of the show here, try to go through. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, throw them out there. Anyways, let's see. Today's Friday. I should have a regular Patreon show today at 4:30. I did not yesterday. I had some family stuff going on I need to take care of, so I do apologize about that. But today should be regular. If you aren't part of Patreon, it's right here. Grab that link. Go sign up. It's $5 a month. It's not a lot. It's not even a cup of coffee. But it helps the channel out, right? I set it so low. Honestly, I don't think I can get it lower. I don't want to have that. I've said this to you guys all the time. I want to be able to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about that is realistic, important stuff. And when you're part of that, as I do the interviews that I'm getting lined up right now, those are early access. And some of them will be Patreon only. So join it. If you want to check out more PAPAJO content, check that out. If you want to help the channel out further, join Crypto Confidential. At least check it out. It's definitely worth the investment because of the type of information that you get from the folks that are behind that, living, as I like to say, the crypto life. They're literally living life on just crypto. And there's a lot of people who want to be able to do that. Check it out. They teach you how. And they're not wrong. Anyways, you all have a wonderful and blessed day. And we'll see you all this afternoon at 4:30 Eastern. Bye bye.